Coach, sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor at M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's the scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Denver Broncos. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And on the ground they go with a running back. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Edling. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Carr. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right, it felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
And a Raven 1st down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Now the first carry for Ty Montgomery. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Jackson. And it's caught. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Michael Crabtree, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. And this one through the uprights and good. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And coming out now, the Broncos. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being...
Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, what a move. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8.
Flex round! Ohio!
Bentley. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Cody Core, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point from McManus is good. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. Here's a first down run with Collins. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
All right, here we go. Green.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. It finds Crabtree for the completion. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down. 3rd and 4, he did just enough, and I mean just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
They pitch it out to Collins. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
On 2nd down, Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
And that's exactly why the Ravens drafted him, added him to their stable after drafting Hayden Hurst in the 1st round. A second tight end who can catch the football. He looks like a guy who's going to line up on the line of scrimmage and mash you in the running game as a blocker. But his best attributes, splitting out, catching the football almost as an extra wide receiver.
And able to find John Brown. And he's going to get this inside the 30. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have... Now Jackson on second down. Steps away to his left. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. They'll run it here. This is Buck Allen. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
On second down, Montgomery. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Detroit! Set! 319! 319!
Jackson from the shotgun. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me,
I was.
It sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts of the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored...
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Willie Henry in there to drop him. And it'll be a loss of about 8.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side. And got his man complete. And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43. A huge play there for Denver, and even 40 yards. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here's Royce Freeman, the first carry for the rookie. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll throw it here. Etling. Well, they would have gotten a conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Would have been right at about a 52-yard field goal try, but no, they are going to go for this thing on 4th down. Here's Etling to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they can.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Finding room to the 20. And finally wrestled down at the 11. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up 1st downs.
Showed off the juke, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Just needed my dudes to get a little breather.
Flex round!
Back to throw Etling.
Yes, sir.
And that's going to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in the 1st half. We're back to Baltimore after this. And McManus able to put it through, and that will knot us up at 10. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Crabtree with it over the middle. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
from the gun. Jackson over the middle, complete. It's Andrews. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Here's Collins. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Detroit! Detroit! Set! Blue landing!
To throw on 2nd down. Jackson, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice you're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
We don't want nothing.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's go! White,
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I need my damn house key though. Just in case I do go somewhere. You don't know how to unlock the door. Look at the
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38!
You free?
They'll throw now on the final play. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
You supposed to just know.
The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Flex round! Flex round!
On play action, they'll throw. And now another one thrown incomplete. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up.
And the Broncos get there and take him down.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. From the gun, it's Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And the ball is knocked out. But it looked like a Raven was able to get in there, and they will indeed keep the possession. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And that is incomplete.
Well, we're into the 2nd half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. This is brought in at the 21. And that negates a pretty decent punt return.
And the goal is to gain a 1st down on a punt return, which is 10 yards. This was much more than that, but it is going to come back due to the illegal block in the back.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. And they'll go on the ground. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
All right, it's football 101 to know that the quarterback controls just about everything on offense, but a lot of times what gets missed is that the center controls line play. He has to communicate to the guards and the tackles what type of front they're facing, how they're going to block it, and what adjustments need to be made sometimes on the fly as a defense will shift. Give the center a lot of credit because for the most part, he's got big defensive linemen over his face all game long that he's got to try and block and protect his quarterback and create space for his runner. In this case, he did a really nice job of communicating and executing.
On 2nd down, Smallwood.
They
will lose yardage here at the 31-yard line. Call that a loss on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round!
Gatling to throw it.
Oh, come on, my bad.
Behind and taken down. Zadarius Smith in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Fielded at the 20. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. They have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
It's the linebacker, Brandon Marshall, there on the tackle.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over!
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. Going right side here, and that's complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Jackson down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Von Miller. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
Sack, baby. Sack, baby.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Patriot! Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
Here's Jackson. From the gun, he'll throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And incomplete. A disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. So the Broncos coming out now. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Here we go!
They go play action here on 1st down. Now a clash of bodies here that's intercepted.
Let him go X.
Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th.
He's dying to catches. Really.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
After the interception, here's Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. On 2nd down, Collins. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 6.
Detroit! Detroit!
Here's Jackson to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete.
Oh, you can go for that? Shit. I didn't even know you could go for that. Let's go.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
I'm not putting no more.
How about biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? Jackson on 1st down. Drops it underneath for Collins. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's on the Pro Bowl guard, Marshall Yanda. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
Now Jackson operating from the gun. This will be caught inside the 10. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 18 yards to pick up there.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
A give to the fullback on the dive. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. This is Collins on the toss. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't they?
To throw is Jackson. He's got the hook up to John Brown on the right side. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I've thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. A very solid gain of 27. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Now a timeout coming in here defensively as they stop it before the 2-minute warning with 2:09 to go in the game.
Desperation.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Flushed it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Terrell Suggs in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Here we go now. Boom.
And again, it's Collins. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. The Ravens on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 6.
Now let's go. Boom, landed.
They'll look to throw. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. They run with Collins. Shifts free at the 15. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Back to throw. And his throw here is incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late-game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? You got to catch in that spot.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
Here we go now. Boom, landed. Boom, landed. Gun, 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 gun.
to throw. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Montgomery. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Ty Montgomery with time running out. And the Ravens have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. Tucker with the extra point. Checking the NFL scoreboard there in the fourth now in Minneapolis. The Bills have now opened up a 2-touchdown lead. A win would be their second on the young season. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to it.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. For them here as they come up 1st and 10. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It's certain.